This is the Mighty Oaks Daily Devotional. My name is Jeremy Stalnecker, and if you were with us yesterday, then you know that we looked at the 8th Psalm and the first verse, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. We talked about what that means, that God is God, He is the Lord, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, but there is that pivot, that submission to who He is as God, as Lord, as supreme. And if we've made that decision to allow Him to guide and direct our lives, we can proclaim how excellent is thy name in all the earth. The psalmist began there in verse number 1. We talked about that yesterday. Today, verse number 2, he says this, out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. Verse 3, when I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, yea, and the beasts of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas. That takes us to verse number 8. We'll look at verse number 9 in just a second. But the psalmist here, he says, God, you are excellent. And when I think about who you are, and I think about all that you've created, I consider the heavens, the work of your fingers, the sun, the moon, the stars. When I think about all of it, I have to ask the question, what is man that you're mindful of him? What is man that you care about him? And then he goes through a list of all of the things that God has given man dominion over, that God, the Creator, has placed man in this position of authority within the creation. And the psalmist here is marveling at that. We could say it this way, God, how do I know you love me? How do I know you care about me? How do I know you have a plan for my life? How do I know you have a purpose for my life? Aren't these questions we all ask? The psalmist is asking these in much more poetic language. He's saying, God, when I think about who you are and all that you've done, why in the world do you care about me? How do I know you care about me? And he goes through a list of ways that we can understand that God cares about us, and God has a plan for us, and God has a purpose for us, and God created us and designed us to be central to his creation. And then the psalmist steps back and looks at it all and considers it all and thinks about it and declares again in verse number 9, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. See, here's the mistake we often make. We think, well, God created us and gave us dominion in these areas, so we're the center of the universe. And certainly God put us in the center of his creation. But we're not the center of the universe. We are to be within the midst of his creation, a reflection of him. Why? Because he is excellent. It's his name that is to be glorified and lifted up in this earth. So as we go about our days and we do our work, we need to do it well, glorifying God, reflecting others to him. We need to parent well, and we need to be the right kind of husband and the right kind of wife, and we need to do all that we do for the glory of God. He's given us the ability to work within his creation, given us dominion in specific areas of his creation, and done it all so that we could reflect just how excellent he is. Listen, when you wonder, do I have a purpose? Does God care? Does God love me? Walk outside. Think about all that he's created and all that he's done. And that with all that he is, he's given mankind a special place in his creation. The only right response to a complete and accurate understanding of that truth is, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the earth. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow for another Mighty Oaks Daily Devotional. For more information about the Mighty Oaks Foundation and the work that we do for veterans, active duty service members, and first responders, please visit mightyoaksprograms.org.